work package leader. The work package file leader is the work package about the pilot. That's why we are presenting that. But we also take care of, we also act as an innovation manager of the project. So today I will very briefly introduce the pilots and the progress they have made so far, and then we will go with the exploitation roadmap. Okay, so as Carlos introduced before, we have 5 different pilots representing 5 different verticals: Industry 4.0, utilities, renewable energies, for transportation and logistics, and smart buildings. But here, what I would like to emphasize is the unity of these scenarios within the pilot. So even though we have, for instance, in the pilot 1, we have 4 scenarios, the goals are per pilot, not per scenario. Within the pilot 1, as we said, we have 4 scenarios. The first one is in Switzerland. It's based in Switzerland by the Swiss Smart Factory. About green manufacturing, they are targeting to reduce the CO2 emissions on the factories. The second scenario is about autonomous metrology to try to achieve a more accurate, more reliable, faster, flexible, and more holistic measurement systems. The third and the fourth one are both about AGVs, automatic guided vehicles, but while the scenario 3 focus more on the flexible production line, as you can see from the KPIs right there, the fourth one also includes, also has, like we say, a sustainable approach with the CO2 emissions KPI right there. Here, for all this pilot 1, we can essentially say that before aerOS, everything runs locally, everything is centralized with not so high performance, not so high availability, and the scheduling is kind of inefficient. But after aerOS, we aim to have more sustainable, more autonomous, more efficient, and more resilient production line. The second pilot is about containerized computing on the edge near the energy sources, and it will allow management on the data centers. It's, as I said, located directly on the energy sources. The progress made so far is the network architecture has been defined, architecture has been deployed, both sides has been selected, the hardware has been assembled. The mapping to the architecture services is done, but it's in continuous evolution. And there is an ongoing work, very intense at this time, on the deployment of the iron components. Regarding the third pilot, it's about agricultural mobile machinery. So about developing a high-performance computing platform for connected and make operative agricultural mobile machinery. The progress made on this pilot, they also progress on the mapping with aerOS architecture. The software development and integration is ongoing. All the requirements, architecture, flow diagram, etc., is already defined. And as I mentioned in the previous ones, there is ongoing work on the aerOS components integration. The fourth one is the pilot 4 about the maritime ports. It takes place in Limassol, in Cyprus, and they have 2 business processes, 2 scenarios. The first one that aims to help to identify issues ahead of time by the predictive maintenance on the handling equipment, and the next one is about identifying the damage in the containers and check if the seals are properly done. Progress here, data acquisition, collection analysis has been done, video collection, and the damage the activities are ongoing. Hardware and software have been deployed. As you can see from the images, the cameras and the software and the hardware is there. As well, the mapping with either architecture services is in continuous evolution. And here, ProDevelop, one of the partners of this pilot, has already deployed the aerOS domain with a single infrastructure element. Regarding pilot 5, about the smart buildings. Here is about minimizing the energy consumption and maximizing health measures with smart recommendations through the two scenarios or business processes, the intelligent occupational safety and cybersecurity and data privacy. Progress, this is the pilot. Again, all the pilots have different levels of difficulty, all different goals, but I would say this is the most advanced at this point. And the progress here is that all the IoT sensors has been collected and processed. The rooms has been prepared. You can see the room has been prepared, containerization complete, the MVP integration has been complete, the AI model has been trained, and 2 aerOS domains have been already deployed with all the basic components. Now, regarding the exploitation roadmap, so why do we need it, right? So the idea is to identify, develop, and leverage opportunities to ensure the critical steps are covered to make sure we achieve the target goals. This is a common roadmap for innovation, for research and innovation projects like this one. We have to do the research, analysis, prototyping, market and customer analysis, etc., until and this is what I want to emphasize, the long-term strategy, because it's not just about a single impact. It's not just about the project to make a single impact, but about the added long-term value. Then I would also like to emphasize that. So most of the KPIs that we have talked about, from all the technical KPIs, all the pilot KPIs, which are addressing at the end is fundamentally the same thing. It's because the opportunity lies in the application of those technologies, but we also have to collect the evidence, the impacts, and exploit the value that we can generate with those technologies. Also, they will make aerOS a reality, these technologies, but it's important to understand the long-term impact, because it's also important that such reality, it's also that the value that such reality can bring to all these pilots, and these pilots can take advantage of those technologies. So it's not only about the technologies, but making sure things comes together at the end, from the data-driven perspective and from an application-driven perspective. So here, despite of targeting a TRL 5 by the end of the project, exploitation strategies look for future commercialization or large-scale spread. Each partner has a different exploitation interest. Therefore, the consortium is going to promote exploitation based on this type of partner. So we have industrial partners, small SMEs, startups, technology providers, and the end user. Exploitation is recognized as a key enabler for the success of the project, and all the partners are committed to it. So they are continuously working collaboratively in this update of the exploitation plan business model. These small, medium enterprises have a proven track of transforming these investments from the European Commission into commercialized knowledge. More detailed surfaces towards actual conversation needs to be done, but the roadmap at this point is product development, initial exploitation, European expansion within the next 2 years after the end of the project, and a global expansion after 4 or 5 years and more. So aerOS can be considered as a single product, but at the end is composed of many individual details, many individual key exploitable results. These key exploitable results could be shared by different partners, but there are individual key exploitable results. So to materialize and to land all this, the consortium will define for each key exploitable result target markets, target clients, will position aerOS brand, will in different marketplaces, will develop a market strategy in order to maximize impact. And then competitor analysis will be performed to identify the unique selling points of aerOS, and business model canvas will be created for each creator portable result, together with Porter 5 forces model, return of investment analysis, etc., etc. Now, regarding standardization, it plays a crucial role in innovation and technology projects, because we need innovation and technology adoption in order to have this market acceptance. For this, aerOS will perform several activities, will adhere to applicable standards, will participate in relevant working groups, and will explore the issuing of performative requests based on its outputs. And at this point, many application fields and relevant entities standards has been identified. And regarding the intellectual property rights, since aerOS will stimulate the creation of new products, we need a careful planning of these IPRs issues, because it's a given. So, and then the idea is that each beneficiary will own the results that they generate, but the consortium will also adopt the right IPR directives and regulations of the program Horizon Europe.